I wanted to record yesterday, uh, just almost like for fun for me because I was recovering from the side effects of getting like my shots. And so it would have just been like I would have been miserable and probably would have done a bad job because I was just like super achy and just like not energetic enough to do it, but I wanted to. Uh, but to probably the benefit of the viewer and to myself, honestly, I waited until today where I am showered and recovered and feeling better. I also was doing some like video editing yesterday for a separate thing related to this project, but a separate idea. And I discovered from reviewing like the old, reviewing the old tapes, reviewing the old footage, that there are each playthrough chooses a different set of 16 cities to look at, and it then just cycles through them. So like week 17, you're in the same city you were in week 1, and week 18, same as week 2. Which means that whatever city you're in week 9 is where WrestleMania will be. Which means that I know that WrestleMania... Well, I know that either Extreme Rules or Backlash is going to be in LA. And then WrestleMania will be in Buffalo. Buffalo, New York. That's where WrestleMania will be. At least that's what I observed from the NXT and SmackDown playthroughs. I wish I'd written down more of those stats from my previous Raw playthroughs, and I could have verified it and maybe gotten some better insight into that instinct I have about how different cities, judge matches for their ratings. But minor stat at this point. That's gaming. That's the gaming update. Okay. Hello, breadfiesta here, and welcome back to Let's Play WWE 2K23 MyGM. In the last episode, we booked Hell in a Cell and the weeks up to it. And saw the fix was in. First off, most important, we did reach, you can see here, 10 million fans. So thank you for that. Congratulations to me. We got our, probably at this point, like 15th Hall of Fame trophy. We also, furthered the storyline for the Raw Executive Leadership Team with Nikkita Lyons securing her victory in the main event there. And we got a lot of kind of irons in the fire, let's say. So yeah, we'll go in. I will show the emails and shakeup, which even though I just recorded it not even a week ago, I just don't remember what they were. So, but here they are for you. All right, let's take a look at our emails and get our next shakeup. Long Island, New York. John Cena. Thanks for letting me prove who the problem was. You should have seen the look on Veer's face afterwards. I don't think Veer minds too much. He is the United States champion now. He's going to get his act together. Better get ready for the new top team of the tag division. Have to say I'm loving my time at Raw so far. And he is green face happy. Get my notes here. So Raw season 6. Raw season 6, weeks 11 to 15. Okay. Ella. I appreciate the title shot. It's good to know that I've got a boss that keeps their word. You should know, Ella. You've been on my executive leadership team for a long time. I wasn't able to take home the gold. Either way, just wanted to let you know that I appreciate you. Appreciate that you even gave me the opportunity at all. Have to say I'm loving my time at Raw so far. No increase because she's already at max. All right, let's see what we got here. So 3 silvers. The middle one is a different color for some reason. Bloodthirsty fans. Gain 15,000 fans from shows where superstars are injured. I don't intend to get any injuries, so whatever. Fatal Markdown. Fatal 4-way matches reduce the match type cost by 50%. And skirting the rules. Extreme matches are free, but participating superstars lose more stamina. And that's for 15 weeks. So that would be for the remainder of the season. Money's not an issue. But I'm not going to do the first one. I'm not going to get any injuries. I don't care. So it's between these two. Extreme matches, I assume, mean extreme rules, which is it costs 20,000. So that's not really like the fact that I lose more stamina. It's just a drawback. This one has no drawback. It's fail 4-way matches, reduce the match type cost by 50%. This card's just way better. I have to do this one. I don't think I have any notes to write down. I have no promises. So, yeah, no notes. SummerSlam is coming up. We're in Long Island. So we will, I guess, continue this. And for my own memory, the shakeup that I got was fatal 4-way matches reduced the match type cost by 50%. That's right. They were all kind of middling options there. I don't believe I have any promises at this point. Cena's contract is up fairly soon. So yeah, that's all I got. I have check stamina. This is the only note I wrote down. So I guess let's let's make my video full screen. How about? And then yeah, let's do our usual checks here. I already wrote down all my roster, so I don't have to pause for that. Okay, week 11, Long Island, New York. Oh, you know what? Let's write that down. 11, Long Island. Week 9 was in Buffalo, and then we jumped down to Orlando, Florida, and then we jumped back up to New York. So the way that it picks the cities is not logical. Okay, first thing, stamina check. So yeah, Vicki and Xia, gotta move them. Gotta do something with them. So Ella's got to rest. Cena has to rest, of course. Aaliyah has to rest. And ideally, we rest Cross. Ideally, we rest all of these people. So this is the list of people that I should be booking this week. And maybe even Nikkita. We just having a promo. And we can't do the tag team feud because of Cena. Okay. Well, we'll think about that. Just for fun, we'll check the free agents here. My mic a little bit closer. Okay. We got usual. Jody Garcia is here. Penelope Perfect is here. Broderick. Anybody down here? Brute Force. Austin Theory. It's interesting. Legends. A lot of Legends got released last week because there were a lot of focus on the other shows. So I know China. Yeah, look at China, 86 popularity. 5-week contract, 56,000. So that's not bad. Her stamina is low, so can't use her right away. I don't need another. I don't need anyone else on the roster, period. But just sort of interesting to see some of these people got let go. Wide Barrett. Probably just for the money. Power cards here. I might just pick up. I don't need the superstar training. I think I had 6 of them. but I got the money. Whatever. Morale check. Vicki is the lowest. And then just Carmella, Flint, and LA Knight. LA Knight, you were just the champion. You gotta help yourself, man. Okay. And then for people who had feuds blow off or kind of plans I got here. So I already have feuds. Aaliyah and Nikkita are still going. JC, Carrie, Indy, and Valhalla have both their tag feud and singles feuds among them. Xia and Vicki have a feud. And so that would leave Carmella, who I plan to feud with Dana Brooke, and then Ella Rubao, who I plan to feud with Wendy Chu. Haven't figured out what the feuds are going to be about, but that's the plan. And then for the men's roster, a lot of the men's feuds blew off. So Cross is the champion. I'm going to have him feud with Heath for the title. Veer is the new U.S. champion. I'm going to have him feud with Styles. And then LA Knight, I was going to feud with Mansoor. Up here. So the ideas. Those are the ideas. Okay. So let's actualize them then. Okay. Start with a match. I think we gotta start with Xia and Vicki. I gotta do something with them because they have amazing stamina, so I really can do anything with them. I could even do Last Man Standing. What are the special things I have to do? Tables matches, whatever, commissioner goals, start rivalries with interference, book shows with GM interference. Okay. Okay, so we don't have to do any special. Well, I know I'm going to have them in a match, so just leave them there. Ella needed to rest this week, right? So maybe call out Wendy on Ella. I'll probably put Wendy in a promo regardless. I'm thinking were all of our tag champs alright? Women's tag. Their staminas are good, and then Carrie and Valhalla. Yeah, everybody's stamina is good, so they can just go again. Their last encounter, because they were not on the card at Hell in a Cell. Yeah, none of them were. Their last encounter was, I think, Jane and Hartwell defending the titles. So maybe just a regular match between them. Yeah, and I'll probably put a gimmick on it, but that's a good match. Let's do some stuff for the men's division. Let's do... Can't have Cena. We'll do a fatal four-way here. We want Horikawa and Adore. We're both fighters, but whatever. Because we need to build them up. Then we'll do... because beer stamina is alright. Heal. Mansois. Stones. Was AJ in? AJ was in the U.S. title match. Mahan must have pinned Mansois. Manhattan former champion, so Styles. Okay, that makes sense. Interference. Styles on Mahan. Yeah. Okay. This will be a fairly decent match. I'll figure out what it's about. Not for the title, but staminas are decent enough. I may put a gimmick on it. May just do a lot of gimmicks this week. And then let's see, what else do we got? Manhattan was going to feud with Cross, but Cross is really low stamina. Knight, Mansois could go. I'm not opposed actually to doing Manhattan Cross here. What was our commissioner goal? Do not book your most popular fighter for free arena booking. I forgot to even look at that. Most popular fighter is Aaliyah. Oh no, it would be Aaliyah and JC. Stupid. I'm skipping that one. I want to have further this tag feud. 100 popularity. I can't not have that. This being a fatal 4-way too, I could have it be something special. I think this is our main event. And this is our opener. That makes actually a good amount of sense. It would be, the opener would be one of these two matches, the tag team or Manhattan Cross. LA Knight. Something like that. Just ideas. I want to do really quick. I want to use a health spa on Cena. Just because I'm tired of dealing with him. Or dealing with him not having any stamina ever. So if I give him, this would be 24. He would get up to 60. I think that would be pretty manageable. He's already green happy face, which is a bit of a bummer. This would get him to 54. That might be good enough. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you two want? What do you want to do? That is not a submission match. I don't want you doing falls count anywhere, even though your staminas are really good. So you could do falls count anywhere. Iron Woman, Last Woman Standing. The risk about doing Last Woman Standing is because Xia is significantly more popular, she's more likely to win. From my observation, from my intuition, is generally higher popularity stars are more likely to win. So if I do Last Woman Standing, it's a potential hit to Vicky's morale. So I just don't think Iron Man might not be a bad play. DLC. Another backstage brawl. Let's do that, actually. Let's do an Iron Man match. Fatal 4-way. We can give this something. Look how cheap it is. Even with the interference, like the interference gets cut in, cut to a fourth. So it's already cheap to do that. Could do a Extreme Rules maybe might be fine. We might have to be careful with Veer's stamina, but I think that might be fine. I changed my mind. Normal. Because of my drama curve, I need to be careful. I mean, Extreme Rules was medium, and I think so was Iron Woman. Quality boost medium, yeah. It's like, this match is for sure going to be better because it's like level 2 rivalry. They're higher popularities than everybody else in this match. Save for Veer. The classes match better. So like, it's unlikely that this match, even with Extreme Rules, would be better. Tables. Think about it. I'm not going to put anything special onto this match, which means I might move this one and then put something special here. Do I know any of the specialties for any of these? Like if I move this to Fatal 4-way. Like somebody's good at Steel Cage. Valhalla is. Do I not know Indy, JC, or Carrie's specialties? Indy's specialty is unknown. Carrie's specialty is unknown. JC's specialty is unknown. Okay. How do we feel? Not Hell in a Cell. How do we feel about Tornado Tag? It was stamina cost high, which is about that. So if I'm expecting like 15 to 20 stamina, should be fine. We'll keep an eye on them. So we know that they're all in the 60s. So just look at their staminas after, and then we'll get a sense of what Tornado Tag kind of costs. This match will just be regular. This match, I think I'll just keep regular for now, even though they have like super high staminas. But I can do more with them once Cena's back. And then are these the callouts I want to do? Do I even want to do callouts this week? I think so. I think just Nikkita doing a self promo is fine. And then LA Knight calling out Mansois. We can do something, I think, simple for that. Logistics. Big open stadium. Why not? You can do up to level 3 for there. Maximum level for both these. That is a decently affordable show. $500,000. Or yeah, $500,000 decently affordable. Do I just use this on Cena? I'm still like surprised at how expensive Kerry Rush's contract was. Why is Cena not even on this list? Whatever. Probably because I gave him the health spa. I mean, if Cena doesn't re-sign with me next week, then I'm gonna be furious. So, it would mean, because he did have 2 weeks left on his contract. So if he just decides like, oh, not re-signing, even though I'm green happy face, then he just goes into a submission match with McStones, and I put over McStones. I think that's fine. Yeah. It's fine. I don't remember whether it's fast because I don't remember how long I was talking before I started recording. Probably not, just given how much longer the Raw series is than any of the others. Let's do it. Good evening. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. No longer on the road to 10 million fans because we have reached 10 million fans, and we're very grateful for all of you who joined us at or before last week's event at Hell in a Cell. We're here in Long Island, New York, and we're starting the road, not quite the road to WrestleMania, the road to our next event, but not thinking about the future right now, though it's always in our minds. We are thinking of today, and today is Monday Night Raw. Starting us off, we have our last week we did not see the tag team champions. They were all in promos talking about each other, calling each other out for being various winners and or losers. Kerry Rush and Valhalla did have a strong victory over Indy and JC. Indy and JC then defended their titles successfully, but this feud is still ongoing. These are two teams that they've got it out for each other. Indy and Kerry, of course, had their feud before, and so it's booked as a tag team match between the two. But rather than waiting for order, as has happened before, as happened with the men's tag teams, they just decide to start fighting each other. So Indy and JC, tag team specialists, Kerry and Valhalla, a football player and mascot, or a Norse god and a warrior. They both have perhaps conflicting views of each other's team, but they still, either way, they work well with each other. So let's see what sort of implications come from this tornado tag match.
1, 2.
Again, always thinking of the future implications and such. 4.5-star classic match that does not advance the feud. Of course, why wouldn't it? And Indy and JC win. So we've got Jane and Hartwell defeat Rush and Valhalla in a 4.5-star match. Well, at least the match was good. Wendy Chu, the now world-renowned cinematographer, unfortunately lost at Hell in a Cell to Dana Brooke. She was put to sleep in the sleeper hold in Hell in a Cell. Humidity at the stadium, I think is what I called it. And Wendy is now restless, and she's trying to figure out, why. In her dreamscape, we cut back to that. She's trying to figure out what went wrong, what's been going wrong at Raw, because she showed up to such, fanfare and hasn't been able to chase any success. And she sees, the red of Raw is in her way, and this red takes the form of Ella Rubau. So she's picked out Ella as her next target. Ella is not here this week after, unfortunately, not being able to capture a win, but finishing off her feud with Carmella. So we'll see kind of what happens there. And it is excellent and starts a new feud. So one, Chu calls Rubau. Karrion Kross successfully regained the World Championship against LA Knight, and it was in a submission match. He was able to make LA Knight tap out, and he's feeling really good about it. He comes out and says, I told you all I was going to get this title back, and I deserved it, and now the Karrion Kross era will continue. And he comes out to be challenged by Heath Manhattan, who unfortunately lost the United States title in a fatal four-way scramble, in which he was not pinned. Veer actually pinned AJ Styles to win the U.S. title. And before Heath is able to enter the ring, Karrion tells him, "What makes you think that you can even step in the ring with me? I showed you respect after your whole scandal, and now you think you're going to come to challenge me?" And Heath says, this isn't an executive leadership team. This is about me just silencing your mouth. And the crowd is just like, ooh, that was a great line, the way that he said it, not the way that I'm recanting it to you. And it's decided that they will have a match. So Heath and Karrion, I believe they have feuded before. I can look that up. And I maybe will do so as this match continues.
1, 2, ring that bell.
Karrion Kross picks up a win. 3.5-star, great match. I do just want to say that was a fighter giant. So again, class matchups totally overblown. MyGM Raw. So let's write this down. This started a new feud. This was Kross defeats Manhattan. So perhaps it was a good match. Some desperation at the end. Kross barely able to put away Heath, leaving the crowd wanting more. 3.5 stars. And do our quick search here. I'm pretty sure Kross has only been a heel. Karrion Kross has feuded with Heath Manhattan back in season 1 for the United States title. So this is now a step up for both of them. They've both been... Karrion Kross, I believe, is now a record 3-time world champion. So maybe 4 times, actually. I'll have to look that up when I update my stats. Nikkita Lyons comes out. She successfully retained the women's world title in a controversial finish. So controversial that it's blatant that she cheated. And she comes out to celebrate her successes to the jeers of the crowd. They're booing her. They chant like, you screwed Aaliyah. And Nikkita is just defiant. And she says, Aaliyah doesn't run this place. Nikkita runs this place. And so that was a good promo. Effective. Next up, we've got a Fatal 4-Way. This is now one of being marketed as one of Raw's specialties. Perhaps it's a sponsored match. Fatal 4-Way matches are now being sponsored by Wendy's. And so we've got some financial compensation for that. So Rich Orikawa and Matt Adore. Rich Orikawa had his promo at Hell in a Cell where his successes were celebrated, or his world-renowned successes, and he's talking about that backstage. And Matt Adore challenges because he's been a world-renowned star. Also, he's even been a star on Raw before, and so he's saying that. Matt Adore was a former United States champion, and he can one day reclaim that. And Veer Mahan overhears Matt Adore's claim, and he says, "You know what? I believe you. We are both men of the people. We both came up as new stars on Raw and captured the United States title in our first seasons." And Flint McStone's also a new star. He does agree with Veer, but again, the sort of like headgear that Flint wears kind of sends Matt Adore into a bit of a rampage. And so this becomes a Fatal 4-Way match sponsored by Wendy's. And in the middle of it, AJ Styles, who was pinned by Veer to win the United States title, comes out and attacks. So that's the match.
That's it. Ring the bell.
Flint McStones picks up a win. 2.5 star. It does start a new feud with Styles and Manhattan. And because it's a run-in, it doesn't affect the Orikawa Adore feud. So McStones, big win, defeats Orikawa, Adore, and Mahan with a run-in from Styles 2.5 star match. Works for me. LA Knight is backstage. He's a little bit upset that he lost the world title in that submission match, so he doesn't really have a claim to the to immediately get back to the title. And Mansois decides to walk by and just sort of like kick him while he's down and just be like, "Oh, it's so great to retain a title, isn't it?" Even though I don't believe, Mansois didn't even defend the tag team titles, and LA Knight calls him out for that. It's just like, "Oh, you didn't even defend your title at Hell in a Cell, and you didn't even capture the title that you were fighting for." And so there's a bit of a stare down, and it's rated. It's seen as really intense and excellent, and better than how I'm recounting it. Knight calls Mansois. Okay. At Hell in a Cell, Vicki McLeod revealed that she had put Find My Friends on, set up Find My Friends so that she could track Xia Li's location. And she saw that Xia was waiting for her in Long Island. And before this match starts, we see a promo of Vicki landing in LaGuardia Airport. That's probably close to Long Island, I bet. And as soon as she steps off the plane, in a maybe not as soon as she steps off the plane, as soon as she gets out of the airport, starts to make her way towards the arena. I'm trying to figure out when the best place to start this is. I don't want them to start fighting at the airport because I think that's an international incident. I don't want to have her start fighting in the taxi because that's just a traffic problem waiting to happen. So I think starting as soon as Vicki steps out of the cab at the arena, Xia attacks her. And we see the timestamp on this video that's playing is from 3 days ago. And so Xia and Vicki, like, their music is playing, but they're not coming out. And then the camera cuts to them. They've been fighting for 3 days straight. You can see the referee who's been watching this match and counting all the falls has just the biggest bags under his eyes. He's just like exhausted, but he's still counting. Every fall, Xia and Vicki are just going at it. And so in this Iron Woman match, this 72-hour match, we'll see who is the winner. This makes sense. Xia Li wins. She did correctly get the upper hand on Vicki. Moves it to a level 3 feud. Li defeats McLeod in a 4-star match to advance the feud. And the result of the Iron Woman match was the final fall. It was tied at 71 falls each. And the final fall was in the last 5 seconds. Xia was able to pick up a final pinfall to make it 72-71. All right, let's see what the other shows can make a mess out of. Elias and Logan Paul are going to have a match, and Elias might get injured.
That's it. Bring it.
Except he wins. The Rock is good. Brie Bella and Gigi Dolan, Donna Matrix and Tiffany Stratton. Donna Matrix is new to the show, I believe. Brie and Gigi, and it's good. Joaquin Wilde tries his best. Raquel and Alexa. It's a giant cruiser. It'll be good. Alexa's a legend in this also, so okay. Vince McMahon, sure. Excellent promo on Trick Williams. And Becky and Candice for the world title. Tables match, potential injury for both of them. Candice injured for 2 weeks. But they got amazing booking. The first week I get amazing booking, and SmackDown just very casually pulls it out. NXT going a little bit harder with Extreme Rules. Zoe and Bianca have a rivalry. Bianca picks up a win, and it's great. Roxanne is good. Shane McMahon and Kane. Kane finally stepping into the ring. Kane finally winning. It's okay. Jive Owens fresh off a loss to Roman Reigns, but it's okay. Roman and Shinsuke going to start something new.
It's over. Hit the bell.
Roman still wins. Seth Rollins is good for charity. And my man, Cruz del Toro and Omos.
That's 3. Bring it.
Cruz, hot streak. Should be paying attention to morale. 4.5 stars, by the way. Extreme Rules match, I guess. And then NXT 2.0 trying to save on some money, except I see a lot of expensive things. Ezekiel and Luke Gallows, not for the title.
Bring it.
Luke Gallows wins. Iron Man match. So he's probably exhausted now. Level 4 rivalry. Braun Strowman is excellent. Women's World title is on the line. Probably Rhea, of course. Michin injured, so probably good to get the title off for her. Cinnamon Garrett is upset, but still calls out Michin, who doesn't have the title anymore. That's a shame. I would like to see Cinnamon Garrett get it. Bailey and Caden, sure.
2. That's
Come on,
3.
Caden.
Let me hear the bell.
Oh. That might be the first time I've accidentally sworn in doing YouTube for 13 years. Wow. Have to edit that out. Mustafa Ali is good. And Santos, Shanky, Finn, and Tyler Bate
1,
in a
2.
regular fatal 4-way where Tyler Bate wins. Wow. Amazing booking for Raw and SmackDown. Good for NXT and poor finale for 2.0. Let's see. Okay, so all their staminas... Well, this is interesting. So it said the stamina cost was high for a Tornado Tag match. It's a 4-star performance. They were all like in the 60s, and now JC and Indy are still in the 60s. So, yeah, Tornado Tag might not be as bad as it seems. Popularities are all really good. Carrie's up to 90 now. That's awesome. So, that's good. Let's see here. Heath and Cross. Karrion Kross will need to rest next week. 4.5-star performance. Great job. Good deal. Here we got Flint McStones is getting real popular. Orikawa and Adore are getting fairly popular. So this is working out. And then here in the main event, only a 1.5-star performance, probably because they've been fighting for 72 hours, and we only showed them the last 10 minutes. Or 15, I think, is the default for Iron Man. But popularity's going up. Staminas are all manageable. And then we got new ones for Chu Rubao and Knight Mansois. Good deal. 125 rating score. Lost 6,000 fans, roughly. So, yeah, even a 125 rating score, which is really good, we're losing fans. We got 96,000 new fans, but we just can't keep up with the fan retention. We did get $340,000, though, so our total budget is a lot. AJ Styles came out and attacked Mahan while it looked like it hurt. Thank you for watching. Suplex City 98. King Follower 76 says tonight's Raw was amazing. I agree. Hans Cyborg Party, welcome back, says never seen Karrion Kross so dominant before. How long can he keep this up? 0 weeks because he's taking a break next week. Keyboard Savage English says tonight's Raw was a bit of a come down after the good stuff they put out last week. What are you talking about? Last week was the live event. Which, to be fair, yeah, it did have a couple 5-star matches. Like, chill. Thank you for watching. Dead Sharpshooter 98 says Veer Mahan and Adore gave Flint McStones a real run for his money in that match. Not enough in the end, though. That's awesome. Maybe McStones over Adore. Karrion Kross says, hey, Heath Manhattan. Ha 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 ha. Good one. Big Striker 76 says, don't really get why Raw want to push Valhalla because she's great and beautiful. Matt Adore says, thank you for watching. Matt Adore says, sorry I let everyone down. Promise I'll do better. You're fine. Beast Savage says so. A mess of a username. Flint McStones sells the score with Veer Mahan. Were they fighting? I guess so. And then New Age Show 83 says, tonight's Raw started strong and ended strong. I liked it. That's what that says. It's just behind my face. Here we go. SmackDown, 112 rating score, 17,000 fan loss, $67,000 dues, and Brie and Gigi are an incredible tag team. They probably asked to be put together then. 124 rating score for NXT, 12,000 fan gain, $144,000. NXT is really figuring it out, except for the Hall of Fame trophies and the fact that they're still 1.7 million fans behind us. 103 rating score for NXT 2.0, loss of 5,000 fans. NXT 2.0 not figuring it out. They did get $900. So that's something. And here we are. All the same spots that they were at the end of last week. Reno, Nevada. Sure. Reno, Nevada. John Cena, his contract is up at the end of the week. $161,000. Yeah, sure, why not? Sounds good. And no morale boost, so he's at max morale then. All right, whatever. I don't know how long that contract is for. I imagine probably just 5 weeks, honestly. Kerry Rush. Hartwell cheated me in that last match. I want a rematch in the next 2 weeks. Hartwell is sick of fighting you, but you got it. I'll make it happen. Show everyone who's the winner. Hey, Stephanie, you've seen the work I've been putting in, but I know I can do more for the brand. Do you want a main event? Yeah, you got it. Not a problem, Veer. 85 popularity? Sure. Happy to do it. Have at least one tables match this week for Vito Star. I don't care about that, but I just need to do... You know what? This actually takes care of 2 things for me. Commissioner goal and tables match, so that's fine. While I'm here, let's just do our morale check. Vicki is still the lowest. It's all the same. It's all the same people. Flint McStone's even got a win. Okay. We'll do a stamina check. Cross needs to rest. Everybody else is fine. Ella lost 7 popularity from just being off one show. Same with Aaliyah. What are popularities looking at? So JC's my only 100 now. Without overtime, it's really hard to manage popularities. Okay, that's fine. Check free agents just for fun. Very different this week. Chuck McWagon. Dewdrop. It'd be very interesting to bring back Dewdrop, but I don't think I have a spot for her right now. Let's see here. I do want fixed match. And I may as well just buy another coast to coast, even though I'll just forget to use it again. I do not want to quit. Alright, Veer. Let's book your main event. You want to go in Styles? Yep, okay. Let's do... You two will be in a... Not in the main event. Cross needs to rest, so I will... I'll put Heath on a promo, but I'm not sure what for yet. How do we feel about this? Yeah, good popularities. Start the show. Dana's got to come back. Dana, I need to start a feud with Carmella. So we'll just do that, I think. And then Cena is back. Can't run the tag feud this week because AJ and Veer are occupied. I mean, I could just do tag match. So Veer and Cena. And then AJ and yeah. That's fine. And then call out. Flint on that. Okay. And then who all do we have left? We got Adore and Odikawa. We've got the women's tag feud. Got Aaliyah and Nikkita. Let's run back the women's tag feud. And then who we got left? Nikkita, Aaliyah, Knight. Okay. It's just the ideas. I might do 3 callouts actually. I don't like doing 3 callouts because it just doesn't feel like good variety, but it just callout is the most helpful promo type. It's a shame I can't have Adore and Orikawa on the card, but I just don't have room for them. Unless I were to do something different with these two. I only have Nikkita left. I was thinking of putting Aaliyah into this match. It wouldn't help it, actually. Yeah. Call out Nikkita. So, yeah, I lose out on LA Knight, and I have nothing for LA Knight right now. Real intense promo, and then not on the card. Unless I have LA Knight run in on this match. But I think I want the tag team feud to grow. So I can't do it. Let's see here. I can do the regular big stadium, so we'll take the financial hit this week. I haven't done any special matches yet. Okay. Maybe I'm concerned about Vicky's morale. How do we feel about this? We swap in Dana and Carmella in this match. The fans are going to be like, why are you having Wendy and Dana fight each other? They just finished their whatever. And then I do Xia and Vicki, GM interference for Vicki. I think that's fine. They're also going to be like, oh, why are you having Ella and Carmella fight each other? So this will be just a... I wish you could do tag team matches for singles feuds, but that's not how this game works. Tag team breakdown match, perhaps. That's how I'll spin it. It is a fatal 4-way, so staminers are too low. I can't put any... I gotta take it easy this week. I might just take it easy in all the matches. Is the order correct? The concern is these two matches. This has higher popularity, but this is a level 3 rivalry. I mean, the order is actually way wrong, because this match is, of all the 4 matches I have, this match is actually the weakest. Styles and Mansois won the last time they fought each other. Well, see, I don't want to put the titles on the line, but I gotta do something to make it like a better match. Oh, I need to do a tables match. Duh. Tag team tables match. There we go. Then maybe I do this match here. Then I can decide which of these matches will be better. Because the tag team might be this. Now I'm committed to doing the GM interference. JC's popularity. You know, I think this order is fine. Do I feel good about the order of the yeah, I think I feel good about the order of the I was thinking about switching this to a self-promo. I just worry about Nikkita losing any more popularity. And a call-out will lessen that. Two, I think. Yeah, that tracks. I picked up one of these last week, right? The Get the Tables card. So I could use this and then guarantee my main event's good. I'll just do it. Again, I got the cards. They're meant to be used. I'd like McStones to do something, to be on the card. Manhattan Cross. What about Orikawa calling out a door and leaving Manhattan Cross off? Is this feud more important to me than Manhattan Cross? This is fine. This is fine. Don't overthink it any more than you normally do. Again, confirm we are doing just the big stadium because we do get the optional goal of having 2 level 2 or higher rivalries booked. We should have a bunch of rivalry options following this. Tag team tables not for the title. Cena should still be fine stamina-wise. He's always just the one I'm worried about. This should be good for Vicky's morale. Just kind of preemptively solve a problem. Okay. Lower show cost, lower profits, lower expenses. It all works out. Okay. Didn't look at what Premium Live event is coming up. Welcome, Reno, Nevada, to Monday Night Raw here on the road of 10 million fans. Thank you for watching. Last week, we saw the conclusion of an epic 72-hour match between Xia Li and Vicki McLeod, where Xia Li came up right at the end. And the two are scheduled for another match. They're both kind of preemptively planning on how to one-up each other. Before Xia comes out first, and before she can even announce Vicky's music, announce how she's going to one-up Vicki, Vicky's music hits. And before Vicky's music can finish, she just stands on the stage and then looks back, and then Stephanie McMahon's music hits. Vicki has asked Stephanie McMahon to oversee this match as the special referee, actually, let's just say. And so Xia's original plan of having this be an Extreme Rules match with where she gets to use her weapons is now null and void. And so Vicki gets the upper hand. Will she also win the match?
1, 2, ring the bell.
She does. Level 4 feud. 4-star match. McLeod defeats Lee in a 4-star match where Xia is going to send me an angry email. Okay. I should have done Orikawa. Oh well. Heath Manhattan. He's replaying the results of last week's match, studying the footage, and he says to Karrion Kross, like, this isn't over. You barely had me pinned for 3, and I am, unlike you, I will be a fighting champion. You tend to get the title and then hold on to it and never defend it, whereas I will take the title from you and defend it consistently. Bring up the consistency thing for the men. Manhattan calls Kross. Crowd would have rather seen them fight. It's okay. Call-out promos, not Heath Manhattan's specialty. Last week we saw a tornado tag match where the women crushed it. Andy and JC managed to pick up a win in the end, but Carrie and Valhalla say it's not over. Carrie believes that Indy cheated in some way, and so she asks for another match, and it is granted. So here we go.
1, 2, it's over.
And Indy and JC still pick up a win. It does advance their feud to level 2. So Jane and Hartwell once again defeat Rush Valhalla. What's the heel team's excuse going to be this time? 3.5 stars. Aaliyah returns, and she has a bit of a gripe with Nikkita's promo from last week, where Nikkita said that she was, the rightful, successful defending champion, and Aaliyah, she knows that the fix was in. She had her hands on the title. She was about to become a champion once more, and Nikkita and her whole executive leadership ego took that away from her, and it will, this whole charade of Nikkita's, leadership is going to be put to an end at the next premium event, or maybe even sooner. We'll see. Crowd thinks it's excellent. They love seeing Aaliyah as a face. It's a level 4 feud. Level 4 feud. Aaliyah calls Lions. Ella and Dana are talking backstage, and they're both like, what is Wendy Chu's whole deal? Ella saw Wendy's little video that she did, and Dana's just like, yeah, I don't know. She's got this whole like dream production thing going on. Maybe she wants to be the artist known as Wendy Chu. And as they're talking, Carmella comes up to them, and she is, she says, "Oh, boo-hoo! Golden Child Ella Rubao gets featured on a show." And Dana Brooke says, "Yeah, because she's a winner, unlike you." And that causes the crowd to get a little heated, and so they decide to go out. They're going to have a tag team match with Ella and Dana versus Carmella and a teammate of her choosing. And she chooses Wendy Chu, and then Wendy Chu, in her awakened dream state, just starts attacking everybody, even Carmella. And so this breaks down, and from a tag team match, it becomes a fatal 4-way match. That's the story.
1, 2, that's it, bring it.
Ella Rubao does come out victorious. 3.5 star match. Does not build the Carmella-Dana feud just yet. But we're working on it. Rubao defeats Chu, Brooke, and Carmella in a 3.5 star match. Flint McStone's PhD he cuts just a really quick, good promo, and he says, John Cena, you took off last week. You couldn't even be bothered to show up following our match at Hell in a Cell, where you cheated. You had Stephanie McMahon in your corner. And now you're dodging me again for your little tag team feud. But the crowd will see Flint McStone's PhD as the winner. And yeah, just sort of topples off in the end. Sometimes just having a PhD doesn't necessarily mean you're the best at communication. I forgot to write that down. That was something of a feud. McStone's calls Cena. And in your main event, the new United States champion and his partner John Cena, the Men of the People, will be facing AJ Styles and Mansoor. Veer and AJ have some bad blood boiling over now for AJ's interference in the match last week, as well as Veer pinning AJ for the United States title. Mansoor obviously still has a problem with Veer, and Cena is just backing up his boy. So they decide that they're going to have a special tables match. These tables, unlike the last match, which by the way was sponsored by Wendy's. Well, actually it wasn't sponsored because it didn't cost anything. But we just have a partnership with Wendy's, I guess. I don't know. That's just the first brand that I thought of. This is a tables match because the
1, 2, ring it.
AJ Styles and Mansoor in a 5-star legendary match that does nothing for their feud because, of course, Mansoor, Styles defeat Cena and Mahan. 5-star match. Whatever. It's an amazing booking. Show really kind of petered out at the end there. Tag team titles are vacant, so somebody who had the titles must have left the show. Whoever Chester's partner was. Loomis, I think. No, Loomis is down there. Well, whatever. Chester and Mysterio versus Ford and Herman. Okay. Down the Matrix is excellent. Gigi and Bree versus Maya T. Kirk and Tiffany Stratton. Gigi and Bree are an amazing tag team, but Tiffany is also injured forever. Alexa and Raquel are good. McMahon, Williams, and Joaquin Wilde. This will be a decent match, tables match. Trick Williams, big win. Good. Logan Paul is good. And The Rock and Dexter Lumis for the Intercontinental title. Lumis retains. 4.5-star classic. Rikishi and Cruz del Toro. What happened to Omos?
1, 2, it's over.
Cruz del Toro, my guy. He's amazing. Kane is excellent. Seth and Sheamus versus Wes and Shane.
1, 2, that's it. It's over. Hit the bell.
Wes and Shane. Good match. Level 2 rivalry. Karen Compactor is excellent. Jinder and Jive, new feud.
Ring that bell.
Jive Owens, big win. And a new feud. Good for him. Zoe Stark and Bianca are excellent. Matt Riddle and Tommaso Ciampa for the North American title. When did Matt Riddle get that? Whatever. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have it anymore. Backstage Brawl, a classic. Cinnamon Garrett and Bayley with Liv Morgan running in.
2, that's 3. Ring it.
Cinnamon Garrett, good for her. It's okay. Ezekiel is excellent. Santos and Braun.
1, 2, that's it. Ring the bell.
Braun Strowman. And it's great. Poor opening. Rhea Ripley, yeah, all right. Miz and Gallows.
1, 2, ring the bell.
The two singles champs fighting each other. And it's great. Shanky is good. And Ali and Tyler Bate in the main event for some reason.
2,
Ali wins, and it's good. I think their booking was just absolute reverse curve. Yeah, they had both poor opening and poor finale. Amazing booking, good booking, amazing booking, poor finale. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, good outcome. Staminas are still good. Vicki popularity going up. Xia popularity is good. Morales are good. 2.5-star performance. 2-star performance here does grow the rivalry. Staminas are all still looking sufficient. Yep. This match, Chu Rubao. Ella's stamina is in the 40 range, so we have to be mindful of that. Carmella does get a boost out of that. And then here, boost for Mensua. It's always these tag champions. I just can't figure out what to do. And AJ's stamina is low. And of course, John Cena is already down to the 40s. Cannot figure out what to do with this man. Maybe I don't re-sign him after he's done with the McStones feud. And then this one that I forgot to write down is a level 3 feud. Okay. All right. 137 rating score. So being able to get that optional bonus for the deal, for the arena, definitely helped. Gained 10,000 fans, so we're still gaining fans. Got $149,000. Phenomenal Sensation in Italy says, whoa, did you see Stephanie McMahon stepping in to help Vicki McLeod? Xia looked furious. Well, we'll see what comes of that in my inbox next week. Extreme Sharpshooter Mega says, give me more shows like this, Raw. Tonight's was so good. Thank you for watching. Body Slam Show KO says, wait, why another match with Wendy Chu versus Dana? Didn't their rivalry end at the PLE? I knew. Thank you for watching. Consistently, thank you for watching. Unholy Splash TLC says, so Vicki finally snapped that losing streak. Maybe she's turned the corner. That was the plan. Colossal Show 80 says, great to see AJ Styles in another tables match. Keep him coming. Thank you for watching. Educated Critic Party. Ella and Wendy had a real cat fight in that brawl. Good match. Yeah, educated. Thank you for watching. Suplex Foundation Friend says, I liked that every match in this week's Raw felt different from the last one. Kept me interested. Thank you for watching. Try this one again. It was so intense when Valhalla and Rush and Hartwell and Jane went at each other. The tension was palpable. Mouthful of a statement. Thank you for watching. Ramblin' Monster ESP, maybe Spain, maybe just extra sensory perception. Yo, Raw, know who deserves a championship on her waist? Dana Brooke. Interesting. And Mr. Savage says, loved watching Xia versus Vicki McLeod. Their classes are a perfect fit. Thank you for the tutorial. SmackDown, 116 rating score. Lost 13,000 fans. Gained $42,000. 123 rating score for NXT. Gained 4,000 fans. Lost $95,000. Huge. And then 94 rating score for NXT 2.0. Lost 14,000 fans. Won $1,000. And we get Veto Star. Not whoever use it. So we just flatly won that week. So that was very good. All right, restart my recording and then move on to week 13. Yeah.